So we are cruising into summer here, which is a great opportunity to focus on development and improving our game before diving into another season. And it just so happens that my favorite off-ice training tool just released a new development program, which is gonna help take our game to another level without even leaving the house, which is always a bonus. Now, if you've been following me at all, you know that I'm an avid user of VR for off-ice training and pre-game warm-ups. But this new NHL Sense Arena update sounds pretty incredible with the release of their new Goalie Advancement Program, or GAP for short. So let's dive into the headset and see what this program has to offer. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into this Goalie Advancement Program. Okay, right away we got a new menu system here. What we're looking for right now is the Advancement Program, the GAP program. And looks like we got Angles Mastery Course, Shot Release Mastery Course, and Traffic Mastery Course. These are three really good skills to work on. Honestly, I really need to work on reading the release, so this is gonna be a really good one for me. Just from the picture alone, looks like we're gonna be able to learn how to read a shot release through this mastery course. So this will be really good. Angles, I always need to work on angles too. And then of course, when do I ever get a chance to work on my traffic skills? So this is gonna be a good opportunity to work on a skill that I never really get to work on. But I think let's just go ahead and start with the Angles Mastery course.
Hi, I'm Brian Daccord, goaltending coach at Boston University, former goalie coach of the Boston Bruins, goaltending scout of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and formerly director of goaltending for the Arizona Coyotes.
The fact that Brian Daccord is basically walking you through this GAP program immediately gives it legitimacy and adds a sense of purpose with each drill that you do moving through this entire lesson plan.
For a goaltender, angles is the lifeblood of success. Think about Connor Hellebuck, the #1 rated goalie in the world, and how great he is at being on angle. This practice plan is going to teach you not only how to be on angle, but different depths and different ways that you can improve becoming better at getting square and on line with the puck.
It's so nice having these kind of angle ropes here. And I can really see how my angle is looking. And I can see if I'm nice and if I'm standing off, I can see that the rope is way off. And this trajectory going to the net means that I'm off angle. So I don't know if I can do this on ice. I've seen different tools to help demonstrate and visualize the angles, but this is the best way to visualize working on angles. It's pretty incredible. Let's jump into the 3D replay. Yeah, dude, you can get this is the box I'm talking about with the box control, and you can see the trajectory of the puck in the replay here. Man, this is honestly such a cool perspective. I feel like a coach, and I can kind of see things from this different perspective. That's about as good as it gets in my eyes. Honestly, I could even probably step out a bit more and cut this off a bit, and you would probably see this box get a little bit smaller the further out you go. But man, this is incredible. I'm in my living room right now. All right, so let's get our training summary. 90%, 95% save percentage here. Nice. Yeah, I like that. And that was just angles. We still have so much more to do here. All right, let's keep this thing rolling. I'm actually very interested in this pregame warm-up. I know Joey Daccord uses this a lot for his pregame warm-up, so it'd be very interesting to check that out. But we're moving on with the GAP program here. Moving into what I am actually the most excited about, which is the Shot Release Mastery course.
A lot of people think reading the release is a natural talent. It really isn't. Reading the release takes time and practice. In these next set of drills, we're going to explain to you how to read a release, where the puck is going based on the cues from the shooter's body. After you do this over and over again, subconsciously, you'll be able to predict where that puck's going, and guess what? Your reactions are going to get so much faster.
Okay, just that alone has me so excited about this course. Like, reading a release has been a struggle for me and something that I've always wanted to develop, but it's such a hard thing to develop on your own, on the ice. I mean, unless you're getting like regular reps in practice, and even then, like, getting good quality reps that you're able to like really work on reading the release, like, it's really tough to work on this skill. So like, just hearing this from Brian Daccord and talking about how we're going to be able to develop this through this GAP program is like, I'm excited. This is definitely something that I need to be working on, and I can do it right here, which is insane to me.
In this first set of drills, we're going to introduce something called ghosting. Now, ghosting is where we're just focusing on watching. We're going to watch the release, we're going to watch where it goes, we're actually not going to make the save. So the first set of drills, you ghost. The second set of drills, you make the save.
So the concept of ghosting is actually super interesting to me. I mean, the idea that I can just sit and watch the release from a shooter and kind of let my brain naturally build that pattern recognition is something that I'm really looking forward to testing out. This is something that a goalie like Devin Levi is known for. Apparently, he would sit on the couch with the headset on and watch release after release after release, which helped him build that pattern recognition to help him quickly read the release off the stick. All right, so this one we're ghosting again, where we're just watching the release. So these are all just shots to the blocker. But I'm like really watching what the release is looking like and really looking at their body language and seeing what a shot to the blocker could look like. I really should just be like focusing more on that body language and watching the stick. Even like this drag, like that pull and release. See, like that one, a pull, I would have expected it to go glove. And I would have guessed glove. But he opened his body. Again, not really worried about getting scored on here, but more so just like taking the time to actually read the release. All right, let's see the training summary on this. All right, this isn't as good, and this is something that I definitely want to work on. I wouldn't have expected to see this number very high. Literally, this is just like training number 1. So we got a lot of work to do. All right, and now last but not least, we have Traffic Mastery course. Now, like I said, this is something that I never really get a chance to work on, so this is going to be an interesting course to dive into.
If you want to play at the next level, there's one thing you're going to have to get better at, and that is finding the puck through traffic. When I talk to my clients that play at the highest levels, they always tell me the hardest thing to do when advancing from one level to the next is to find the puck. This next set of practice plans is going to help you find the puck through traffic with different mechanics, as well as teaching you some tricks along the way.
All right, Brian Daccord, that's what I'm talking about. Any kind of tricks that I can learn along the way are going to be beneficial.
Our first set of drills are going to start with a static screen. What we're trying to do is get square with the puck and then lean around either side to find the puck. What you're ideally going to do is track and get visual attachment from a high stance, and often called a soft stance. And then once you have that attachment, you're getting ready to make a save, you're going to move into your hard stance, often called an engaged stance.
So soft stance to hard stance, shot, save. Here we go. Soft stance, hard stance. Let's work on that reading and release, eh, Bonesy? Boom, up. Honestly, I kind of feel like Vasilevsky doing this. Probably doesn't have to be as intense with this popping up and down. Now again, this is not anything like I would think about doing with any kind of ice time that I have. So just working on my different stances. Okay, now we actually have a screen in front. So up, finding the puck. He's not releasing yet. Oh, that's a good one where he moves in front. Like, I got a good visual attachment here. And then I get down once I can see this release is coming. And honestly, this is also like going back to reading the release. Like, these are more reps that I'm getting. I'm just not as like hardcore focused on the release itself, but I am getting more reps and seeing different releases. But now we're working on our different stances, moving from that tall stance into that low attack stance. These passes to the middle. Let's see some more of those. Maintaining that visual attachment is tough. That one felt pretty good. Solid, dude. Solid. Training summary, our save percentage looks pretty good. And I don't know, I feel pretty good working on what this whole thing was focusing on, which was the difference in our two stances. Okay, so this goalie advancement program is obviously loaded with some incredible drills to do, but I really love how each course kind of plays off one another. In every individual category, I felt like I had an opportunity to use the skills that I learned from the previous lesson plan, like focusing on my angles or reading the release around a screen. And I can't even begin to explain how valuable it is to have Brian Daccord giving his instructions with each drill, and I'm actually really interested to see how these training plans will translate to on-ice performance. That being said, I'm already planning on doing a follow-up video on this goalie advancement program, so definitely be on the lookout for that. But let me know in the comments below what you think about this new training plan from NHL Sense Arena. Thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, and as always, we'll see you around.